Me just a count up the dollars. Me just a count up the dollars. Me just a count up the dollars. Foreign exchange, so you know dirty dollars. Me just a count up the dollars. Me just a count up the dollars. Me just a count up the dollars. Millions this, so you know dirty dollars.
So, welcome everyone back to Banter with the Brothas FC, alongside Garfield Campbell. We have a special guest in the house. I don't know if you can see the crest, but he is repping the league leaders, Liverpool. Josh Matthews is in the house with us, longtime friend of the show.
We in the house.
Josh has been talking his Liverpool trash. So, first and foremost, let's get to some of these topics we had for the day.
Right.
Some topics of the recent week. Where do we want to start?
Since Josh here, it's only right to start with Liverpool. How about Jordan Henderson being the leading, according to the bookies or whatever the case may be, for PFA Player of the Year? How do you feel about this?
I'm caught off guard. I'm surprised.
Right.
As a Liverpool fan, I'm a little surprised, to be honest. I didn't think that, there's a lot of things he's doing maybe behind the scenes that you don't really see, which is why maybe he voted in that position. But I could name a few players that maybe deserve it more than him, but...
Like who? Who would be your bet?
Sane.
Sane?
Yeah, for sure. I think he's like one of the most vital players on that team.
Mane.
Mane.
God, like Leroy Sané.
I know he just got back from injury. Yeah, performed well in practice.
Not Leroy.
By himself.
You're right. Yeah, not Leroy for sure.
Okay.
Sadio.
Mane for sure.
Mane, not
Yeah,
Sadio.
you got Sadio and Mane.
Yeah, whatever.
Think so. Yeah.
Mane and Sane.
Yeah.
Mane and Sane. I get it.
Yes, that's who I think should win it.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
And I feel like he was until I saw this recent line that Jordan Henderson is the bookie's favorite. I was like, what the Jordan Henderson really don't get me wrong. He plays a position that never gets the credit. He is the captain of the best team we have ever seen in the Premier League.
He's no Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, but he's not Gerrard.
He doesn't try to be. You trying to draw me out.
He knows why I said that.
Anyway, go ahead.
But
that's not what we're on here to talk about. We're here to talk about his nomination or whatever, him leading the way.
But if you're the cap, the PFA Player of the Year doesn't always have to be the best player on the best team. But there have been years that other teams have won it, and the best player has been on a different team.
Yeah.
So
it should be the best player, though.
It should be the best player.
Yeah.
But on a season where Liverpool are 22 points clear, it's hard to see it going to anybody but a Liverpool player.
True. That's
the best player.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Now, for me, right, if I was nominating players, obviously there's a few Liverpool candidates. I look at Van Dijk, I look at Mane, and if I'm looking outside of Liverpool, I would say De Bruyne, right? He's been really good. You know what I'm saying? The Jordan Henderson thing now, it's okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? He does the really, small things well. He's always running. He's always running. He's always, make sure he's in the right position to do certain things. But, he's not the best player in Liverpool.
He reminds me of a Michael Carrick on United. He does all the dirty work, all the behind-the-scenes stuff, and he dictates and controls the game for Liverpool. I remember there was a quote with Jurgen Klopp that was saying, when I think it was last season, Henderson got hurt, and Jurgen was saying, "Oh, I hope it's not Hendo. Hope it's not Hendo." So you could see the expression, the feelings of the coach and the team that he's an important and vital piece of this Liverpool team. Now, again, is that to say that he deserves to be the PFA Player of the Year? It's debatable. Again, to your point, I think that Van Dijk, I think he's more important. Defensively, he's a rock.
Yeah.
He makes everybody else so much better.
Yeah, all the players around him, Joe Gomez, Alisson, they have something to fight for with altogether. He's also captain of the Netherlands team too. In addition to that, him and Wijnaldum. So, yeah, I don't know if it's Hendo.
Hendo.
I do understand the reasoning though that he is the favorite.
No, I get it. He's on the best team. He's very vital for that team and the way they perform. The way you guys play. It's not always midfield possession based. It's they call Klopp's style of play rock star football. You know what I'm saying? Because it's heavy metal. And it's, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. So I get why. No, I see why it's important for you. I watch and I see, but I'm just it should always be the best player. That's just how I view it. You know what I mean? But
You said heavy metal football with Klopp. Can we call this season's Liverpool heavy metal football? Because like they're not winning games with it. Like when Klopp first came, it was like press until you drop dead on the pitch. I don't care. Right. And like it was very fast. Like it was very fast. Like they weren't as defensively stable. And like there are games that I've watched the Liverpools this year. Don't get me wrong. I don't watch every Liverpool game because I fucking hate Liverpool. However, every time I am watching Liverpool play, there's one thing I noticed that this season especially, they spend longer periods without the ball and without them pressing intensely to get it back, simply maintaining their shape, shifting from side to side. Back at it. Now where were we? We were just saying...
you were talking about their style of play and how...
They spend a lot of time without the ball this year. Like I've noticed like they've ground out a lot of like 2-1 wins. They've scratched by with like 2-1 is probably your most consistent scoreline this season that I've seen from Liverpool. And like most of the games that I've watched, they have scraped out these 2-0 or 2-1 wins. Right. Or, you know, the occasional 2-0 game where it's like they're up 1 from decently early. They're kind of seeing out the game late in the game as the other team's chasing. They hit them for another one. Like, it's been a lot more controlled from Liverpool this season from what I've seen than, like, the wild 4-3 scorelines of, like, early Klopp years.
Right. And as I said, the player I personally would give the PFA player to was B. Van Dijk because he's so vital in how the team is defensively. And also, they're like, okay... Why they don't actually Liverpool don't play they're more like counterattacking and pressing style rather than like taking a game to you in a sense. So when they sit back and they hit you you're done. Done. You're done for. You saw that chance that Salah was offsides the other day when who you guys played at home the other day when somebody picked the ball from the top of the box. Yeah, Southampton. Yeah. You know, Firmino, one touch to Fabinho to Firmino to whoever it slipped Salah through, and he was like you know what I'm saying? It's still like heavy. I wouldn't say it's rock. It's not heavy metal. So put it like that. Yeah. So they're not heavy metal anymore. Yeah. Now they're you know it's more contained. Like more people might like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because heavy metal, not everybody listens to heavy metal. You know they don't always like it. But,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But rock is worldwide, you know what I'm saying? More people. So, in that sense, I don't think they completely lost what they started. It's just evolving, and every good team has to evolve and, you know, find a way forward. So, I've been impressed by Liverpool, you know what I'm saying? But I still want them to lose the game.
I agree with you in the fact that they've evolved and been more contained. Not the losing part. But no, their game has definitely matured. You can see, like, I think there was a statistic, an analysis about Jurgen Klopp's victories or leads in the first half versus second half over the years, and he has captured more recently. The second half is the more decisive moments of the game. Mm-hmm. It used to be guns blazing first half. They'd go all out, and it's heavy attacking, high press, and so it's definitely changed a lot. It's more mature. The team is more consistent with reducing goals scored on them and being more pivotal and lethal in the attacking third.
Yeah, I agree.
Defensively, you're the best team. Offensively, you're the best team.
Yeah, you guys are dominating right now. There's no question about it.
Yeah, you don't get a 22-point lead without...
See, like, I don't hate Liverpool. Some Liverpool fans I be hating, you know what I'm saying?
They know who they are.
As I said, man, y'all already know what time it is with me. Y'all gonna win the league, but...
It's over with. It's been over with. I think, to me, the day y'all won the league was... There was 2 days. So... One, when you won the Champions League, that's a huge belief in that squad. It was the first major trophy that group of players won, and they won it together. And the second day was this season when you went to Leicester, and the gap was, I want to say, like 12, which is fucking crazy. That was the last time there was real legitimate hope because they could have cut it down to 9. Mm-hmm. And 9 is doable.
Yeah, because 9 is what you call it did last year, Man City, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And they went to Leicester at the King Power and won 4-0.
Yeah.
Like, after there were large parts of that game where Leicester were playing very well. Liverpool were just absolutely ruthless and were that way of like that was what showed me that like that was the last hope. And like
they've won it. They've been very ruthless, especially in the big games. Because I remember when they were playing Man City at home. Man City was a better team. Like, and I was like, they had 2 chances and it was they scored both of them. I was like, oh shit, like
it's over. Yeah. Even I was watching their game the other day when you guys played Wolves, and Wolves in the first half, Liverpool were definitely the better team. Wolves managed to keep themselves in the game just enough that in the second half, when they came out, towards like the last maybe 3 minutes of the first half, Wolves started to kind of dominate. And I was like, okay, this might give them some momentum going into the second half. Second half, they're all over you guys. Mm-hmm. They score, it's 1-1, and they're still the much better side, even after 1-1. I'm like, all right, here we go. Here's that first loss for Liverpool. As they're getting dominated, they get one break of play, maybe 2 minutes of possession in Wolves half. Firmino scores, game over, 2-1. Liverpool continue trotting along. And that was probably your toughest, or your second to last. I don't know if you guys have one more big away game this year.
They got to go to City, and they got to come to the carpet, baby.
They probably gonna smack y'all. Well, to be honest, because we need to talk. One thing we do need to talk about is this whole season I have not given Jeffy shit. For the fact that these motherfuckers have not touched the top half of the table since opening day.
I can't.
And that's only because of alphabetical order.
Nigga, that's dope.
I type in Premier League table on my phone. I can't find it on my phone, bro.
Niggas got
you gotta get the iPhone 11 to see them on the table. The 11 Plus.
Hey. First of all, we just been drawing a lot of games. That's what the problem.
I do think Mikel Arteta is a good.
I think he's the right person for it. I just need him to give him the tools he needs.
I want to talk
about
this
too. Will you guys give him the club?
Will
the club give him the signing?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I hope so. That's all I could do. Hope. But if that don't work, 2021, this billionaire in Africa, he's a Nigerian dude, say he's an Arsenal fan, he's going to buy Arsenal.
Will Stan Kroenke sell Arsenal? Because
if he gets enough money for it, that's all he cares about, in my opinion. So, but anyway, enough of my team. Let's go to the farmer's land, right? Because there's something I want to speak about.
Ligue 1.
Ligue 1. Now, so you guys seen Mbappe coming off the field the other day with what's his name, Tuchel, right?
Tuchel, Thomas Tuchel.
And I didn't watch the game. I'm guessing that's the same game. Neymar got the yellow card for whatever, but. Yeah. What do you guys' thoughts? You think you think that's a problem, or is it a good thing that he don't want to leave the field?
I understand it in the sense of like, first of all, you're in a game where like you're up by a lot, because I'm pretty sure they were up 5 or 6 maybe by the time he got subbed out. So like you're it's kind of like, I don't know. In high school, we used to call them like stat games.
Was he on a
Get your numbers up. He wasn't on. I don't know if he was on a hat trick or not, but. Either way, you want to be in the game because you want to keep scoring, and you just want to play. Like,
right.
You just want to be out there. So I understand where he's coming from in the sense of like, don't sub me off. All the players like that. Messi just the other day came out and was like, listen, even if I'm not fully fit, I'd rather you don't play me from the start of the game than to sub me out in the game. I'd rather just come on and play the last 30 minutes and finish the game, because also in the last 30 minutes of the game, spaces open up the most.
Right.
Which is like. A similar argument I used to use to my teammates here at Sacred Heart. Like, I would say, because we would have an argument about, if you're tired, why stay on the field? Mm-hmm. I was like, if you're an attacking player, in those last 30 minutes, much more space opens up. Midfielders start to get tired, so defenders have a lot less help. And defenders are also tired.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So there are a lot more chances. So I understand that part of wanting to be on the pitch for those last couple minutes. But in a game where you're up 5, the season, like, you've already had some injury trouble. I don't know what Tuchel's thoughts were in that, but I could understand if I'm a coach and I'm up 5-6-0 in a league that I'm gonna fucking win. Mm-hmm. Why would I waste players? Like, if I was Klopp, for example, and Liverpool are playing as the matches start to wind down towards the tail end of the season, and we get further and further along in the Champions League, if I'm Salah, if I'm Mane, am I getting that pissed off that I'm getting subbed off if we're up 4 against fucking
Chelsea.
Yeah, right. Stop that. I don't know, Aston Villa, for example. Like, granted, Aston Villa are a much better team than a lot of teams that play in France. But if you're up 4 or 5, and your coach is like, listen, this is like load management. We wanna like save some mileage out of those, like out of you. We can't have you run around here. Like,
I agree. I think it's
take it. Just get off the pitch.
I think it should be an attitude change. I think as a player, I get you're hungry to play, but if, again, to your point, if you're up X amount of goals, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6 goals, whatever it is, and from a coach perspective, like, just rest your legs. Hey, I need you the next game. I don't want to injure you or risk any injury.
The game is clearly won.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, if it's like a Champions League game and it's 1-1 or something, or tight competitive nature.
Understand that.
Then I'm like, yeah, why would you sub me out? Okay, but it's, I don't know. I think that needs to be an attitude change with him. He is young. He needs to mature, but
he's not even 21 yet.
So. Yeah, he's super young. But
winning World Cups.
That's wild.
What was I doing at 21? Taking shots of
Henny,
Duber.
Nah, I was just a supplier. Relax. Shout out to Plug. Nah, that was me. But what was I about to say? Also in that same game, right? Neymar got a yellow card for what was classed as showboating.
Rainbowing someone.
Which is interesting though, because he's done that in Liga, like last year.
He's done that every league he played in.
Yep.
Fact.
It's a part of the game. Like, what is going on?
You don't like it? Don't let him do it.
Yeah.
Don't want to get rainbowed? Maybe don't run up on him.
Yeah, run up, get done up. You know what I'm saying? Like, Neymar got the skills with him.
The fact that the referee gave a yellow card for that is ridiculous in my eyes.
I think the referee should be banned or suspended.
Really?
I honestly do, because what are you saying to players? Like, what? Like, why is that did I foul him?
Since when in the history of soccer has anyone gotten a yellow card or been punished for showboating or doing skills? That one,
doing skills in game, like
did Ronaldo ever get yellow card when he was at Man United doing all the step overs?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Brazil had this one player called Nelson, right? In the 2002 World Cup, he'll come on, step over king, like he would just run the minutes down. Mm-hmm. They would bring him on when they I'm dead serious, and the Nelson was just, you know what I mean, mad step overs, and you're like, okay, the game's done now, like. He didn't get no yellow cards, but like I think
it's just an agenda thing in France against Neymar, because they're starting to get kind of fed up of him in France.
Yeah,
I can believe that. Yeah,
I feel like they would ideally, like, as much fun as it is having Neymar in France at PSG. I think ideally, especially after last season's Barcelona like transfer drama, I wouldn't be surprised if like people in Paris at least and in other parts of France who see him as like this showboating, rich, arrogant South American, and
he's black.
Yes. And like Dani Alves has already spoken about things like that in France. Dani Alves said he experienced the most racism in Europe in Paris.
Right.
Like, which is interesting and a whole nother conversation. Right. I've been to, like, I wouldn't know enough to be able to say like, yes or no. But I think it's about time Neymar got back to Barcelona. And I think he will probably this summer.
You think so, Barca?
Yeah.
Especially after the problems, like, especially the way they just lost again today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're probably, I think Real Madrid will win La Liga. And I think that will prompt Barcelona to spend again. It's still close, yeah. There's only a 3-point gap, I think, between Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But should it get any worse, which I think it may, I think that they're going to go back out and get Neymar. And I think they're going to offload Dembele. They'll try and offload Coutinho if they can he's on a 2-year loan with Bayern. But I think they'll probably, if I'm Barcelona, Bayern pull the trigger and purchase him outright. So he's off of our books completely. And you get rid of Dembele, and then you bring Neymar back.
Now there's rumors on Messi too now.
I understand there's rumors, and there's always going to be rumors, and Messi will always use those rumors to strong-arm his way into getting what he wants out of Barcelona, which he should, like, rightfully so. Think of how much he's brought Barcelona.
Yeah.
Right.
Give that man whatever he wants, and if he wants to strong-arm his way to it, hey, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, do you see Messi playing anywhere else? If there's one other club in Europe I could see Messi playing for, it would be Napoli. And I don't think Napoli have the money to afford
Why would it be Napoli trying to follow Maradona footsteps or something?
It's a club that's done well, like Argentines have done well at. Like Ronaldo's already in Italy. They could compete. And Juventus and Napoli are two major rivals, two very different clubs, similar to Barcelona and Real Madrid. It would be the most interesting is to see Messi at Napoli, Ronaldo at Juventus. Mm-hmm. To see the two clubs with such history and such differences battling with such respective, like Messi and Ronaldo fit perfectly in those clubs. Like Napoli's are like what are they? Neapolitans? Is that what you call somebody from Napoli? Mm-hmm. I'm worldly, bro. I know these things.
It would be interesting to see the rivalry that was in Spain now in Italy. But now, if you were to, and this is one of the obviously biggest debates, but to have a team that was built on Messi in Barcelona, now how would that fit into a team in Napoli in Italy?
Yeah, I mean, I think the only benefit he would get from going to a club like Napoli is like Maurizio Sarri's football is still very like much a thing in Naples, and Sarri's football is similar in senses to Barcelona's. So it's not like you would be going from a Barcelona to like a Stoke type club where they're just launching long balls.
Right.
And it would just be crazy like to see Serie A's title race. Like you'd have Conte, Juventus, and Conte, Ronaldo, and Messi in the same league. Those are
Bro, speaking of Conte, right? Conte over here signing all the ex-Premier League players and
shit.
Yo.
Inter are a problem, though.
No.
They're definitely going to be a problem.
I'm not lying. But shout out to Ericsson. I don't ever do this because I hate Tottenham. But Ericsson said the reason he was glad he left Tottenham because now he got a good chance of winning the trophy.
He's not wrong.
He really isn't wrong. Like, the next time, especially...
I just want to bring that up. Shout out to Jamal.
Especially if right now, like you're Christian Eriksen and you're looking at the current state of the Premier League, and you're also looking at the current state of Tottenham. You had your best chance under Pochettino. That came and went.
Agreed.
Jose Mourinho's there now. He's done. That isn't lasting for more than 2 years. And even then, if he brings them a trophy, it's an FA Cup. And that's the only trophy I see him bringing to Tottenham. If he brings them a trophy before things inevitably blow up like they always do by year 3.
Yep.
That's just where my head is at with that, to be honest. I agree, and Inter. I honestly think Inter are my current favorites to win the Europa League this year. Sorry, y'all probably not getting in the Champions League another year.
He's so salty.
I know, right? I gotta do it though. I gotta do it. It's for the brand.
I'm not even salty. I'm just here. Because, when you're a visionary, you can see certain things. You know what I mean? It's okay.
Yeah, right? Now, if you're an Arsenal fan, you see D's. They draw.
Yeah, your girl see D's, nigga. Yeah.
No. So he got no one to dab himself.
Yeah, bitch. But anyway, speaking of, Eric's being petty, how about Real Madrid? Like, not wishing Cristiano Ronaldo a happy birthday. Do we look big into these things, or are you just like, all right, cool, whatever? What do you think?
Me personally, I don't care. But the fact that, I don't know, Real Madrid has always, when players have left, as a trend, just not treating the way other clubs would treat a player that's been there for a while. For example, when Xavi left Barcelona, he left like a king. Like a king.
Yeah, facts.
And then when you see other players leaving Real Madrid, they're just like just another person.
Yeah. They gave Iker a press conference and they called it a day.
Yeah.
That blew my mind too. It's like he's been there, a child in the club his whole career, and then
no respect.
Yeah, they only started showing him love after he almost died last year.
Right.
When he had the heart attack.
Right.
That was the only time I've seen them show love to a former player.
That's crazy.
It took somebody almost dying.
Yeah.
To
show sympathy.
Exactly. It's like at that point, should maybe some people look around and be like, "Hey, bro, we might have a problem."
Well, I mean, if the fans are pretty like the fans that are in Spain, the Real Madrid fans, I know they cool, but like the fans that are in Spain, they're like that too. Like they'll boo Ronaldo. Like, how could you boo that man?
I know.
But anyway, yeah, petty shit.
It's a tough club to be at. They voted Luka Modric the worst signing of the decade the season before he won fucking player of the season for them.
Yeah.
And I don't know. They're crazy. But I brought up CR7. We were in the group chat on Instagram. I think you sent it in a group, or was it Dan?
No, I sent that one.
It was like, who's better? R9. No, it was like R9 greater than CR7, right? Mm-hmm.
As
you can see, we support different teams. But this debate, I guess, is kind of has nothing to do with the teams we support. So, what do you guys think? Who's better?
Depends on what we're using for the term better. So, the better player, in my opinion, was Ronaldo. Who has had the better career? Cristiano Ronaldo.
I agree with that.
Like R9, if like Ronaldo Nazario had the health of Cristiano Ronaldo, I don't think this would be a debate for anybody. But unfortunately, he didn't.
Right.
And that's why it's even a debate in the first place. But it's hard to argue with what Cristiano Ronaldo has done over his career because he's done it for so long in so many different places.
Right.
So that's why it's hard to argue, like, okay, greatness to me isn't only being the most talented, you know, because there are plenty of greats who come around. Like, Ronaldinho was supremely talented, but we really only saw his peak for 4 to 5 years.
Right.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
It's longer than a lot of people.
That is longer than a lot of people.
Yeah.
But when you compare it to the guys like Messi and Ronaldo now, who have done this for
I don't care.
how many years are we going at this?
I don't care what anybody say. Ronaldinho is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Ronaldinho is my personal favorite player of all time.
Me too.
And he played for Barcelona. Like, I mean, I was following him long before he was at Barcelona. Like, I was following him at PSG. That was when I first started following him, was when he got to PSG. I had heard about him when he was at Grêmio, I want to say. You go from Grêmio to... Because I remember hearing about some kid that was like, some kid in Brazil scored 26 goals in a futsal match. And I was really doing the math on how many goals you had to score per minute to get to 26 in one fucking game.
Yeah. What did you come up with?
I had to go back and think about that again.
Every 2 minutes.
Nigga
said, you know what I mean?
When you start putting the time up, it's like, But really though, like, because think about it, how many times have you like played in a game when you were a kid and you score a couple and the games was real easy? Eventually you start just trying things, taking your foot off the gas. My man said, "Nah, 26 is where I'm stopping."
You gotta run the score up, dog.
Yeah, you would think after 10
ain't
goals,
no mercy rule.
Yeah, right. You think after 20, you think I'm a chill?
Yeah, bro, ain't no mercy rule in Brazil, man. Mercy rule is an American thing.
No, facts. I mean, I'm sure the other team realized that when he was scored, by the time he scored 20 of them. Yeah. And we're down 20-0.
That's the mentality of like a great player, you know, is like they're ruthless. They don't shut off. They just keep going, you know. Yeah. But back to topic, I think that, you know, to your point, that if Brazilian Ronaldo did have the opportunities that, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo had, I think that he would have a better career.
Yeah.
But I think that to compare the two, because of Ronaldo's injuries, he had a setback.
Yeah. He missed too much time. And it took too much away from his game.
Yeah.
If Cristiano Ronaldo had those injuries, he wouldn't be the player he is currently at 35.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true. All right, so, like, we know Dan, right? And Dan always make the point of, like, we got Messi and Ronaldo. And, like, Ronaldo would be the player you would make. Like, Cristiano Ronaldo. If you were going to build a soccer player, you would build Cristiano Ronaldo. And if you're going to be like, Messi, you can't build Messi because it's just like, that's just raw talent. You can't build him. So he's always siding with Messi, which I understand. You feel me? Because I think Messi's a better footballer than Cristiano Ronaldo. Mm-hmm. Right?
Debatable, but yeah.
No, I think he's a better footballer than him. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's like... If I was supposed to build a footballer, I wouldn't build Messi. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Why, though?
Because Ronaldo got a left foot, a right foot. He could do everything you need him to do.
But how does that matter if they've scored the exact same amount of goals? Do you need left foot, right foot if you can score that well with one foot?
Yeah. It gives you more options.
They've scored the same amount of goals, though.
So...
I hear your point, AB, but sometimes stats don't tell the whole story.
That's true.
If anything, you should want to create Messi more then, because Messi has more assists.
No, hold on. Let me not digress too far from my point. My point is, one's more naturally gifted than the other, right? Without Ronaldo working so hard at what he like doing what some of the shit Messi does, you're just like, bro, this don't make no sense, right? You cannot teach that shit. No matter how much you be practicing, that's not gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like he has glued to the ball, or he got a magnet in the ball and it's in his boot, and when you just bring it back, you know what I'm saying? Certain things, it's not gonna work. I think R9 would be like, say if he stayed healthy for a long, because he had 3 career-ending injuries and had 3 Ballon d'Ors on them most, right? Like, ruptured a key, like, ACL and all types of fuckery. Like, so he was gonna... Dr. Once told him he wasn't going to play soccer ever again. You know what I'm saying? And to come back and win a Ballon d'Or, He won 1, 2, and then 3. And before each of them, he had a major injury. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
He won the World Cup. Should have won more than... Was he in the 94 team? In America? What's that, Mexico? America, right?
It was in America, but I don't think he was on the 94 team.
He wasn't?
No.
But
Not
anyway,
that I know of.
But anyway, like, he could have won 2 World Cups. You know what I'm saying? Had a seizure before the 98 one, the day before. Played, like, damn near dead when he played. You know what I'm saying? Shit like... But
he was hurt for the 02 World Cup, right?
No, he won that. He scored both the goals in that.
That's right. Yeah, that was Germany. He scored 2 goals.
So my point is, like, him as a player, right? He was fast. He was strong. He was skillful. He was left foot, right foot. You know what I mean? He had like the perfect blend. Like, if you're supposed to, like, Messi's like superbly like so good at like what he does. Like, it's like if you were taking parts of Messi and Ronaldo and putting in what? Because me personally, I don't think he had a weakness. His weakness was probably partying. You know what I'm saying? No, for real. Like most Brazilians that play. No, for real. But like, in my opinion, but this is bias because I love R9. When I was growing up, he was one of my favorite players. Him and Henry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a striker growing up. Couldn't tell me I wasn't Brazilian, bro. You feel me? I definitely didn't get that haircut though, because that was out of pocket.
That pink haircut?
The one with his little soul patch right here. Nah. I don't care if you won the World Cup with that shit. I'm not getting that joke. But
3 bells pan the time hill figure. 20 grand pan a brand new Bimmer. How me make your money? Yeah, the caps one figure.